Hi everyone, episode 15. Oh my god, what an episode. This is by far my favourite episode of the Pottervision podcast. What a treat this is. And before you listen, I'd just like you to have a look in the mirror. Just get up, go look in the mirror and ask yourself, how many people have you told this week about the Pottervision podcast? If it's none, you should be very upset with yourself, but listen anyway. Listen anyway, because it's a good one. But if you have told people about the Pottervision podcast, I want you to give yourself a nice wink and a grin and a thumbs up, because you deserve to listen to this episode. Everyone else does too, but not as much as you. Anyway, here's episode 15.
Hello, and welcome back to the Pottervision podcast, the show where every week my lovely pal Tom Lawrenson and I, Lukas Kirkby, the Pottervision boys, we take a look at a chapter from those lovely Harry Potter books and we dissect them and we see what makes them tick. Now this week, it's episode 15, it's chapter 15, The Forbidden Forest. Tom! You alright?
I'm alright.
You alright?
I'm alright.
You alright, love?
How are you, love?
I'm lovely, thank you, darling. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, what have you been up to this week?
Hey, well,
Pretty
today,
baby.
lovely adults, was the last day of school for the term.
Yippee!
So I'm very, very excited. We've played a lot of games in the last week.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of Scrabble.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of Jenga.
Yeah.
And I've played a lot of Countdown, both the numbers and the letters round. And I'm knackered, but we've done it. We're to the end of term.
Good boy.
Thank you very, very much. And not got much else to report, I don't think. Living the dream, doing what I do best.
You been eating well?
I've been eating well. I've had a bit of a relapse in my diet, but I'm working to get back to that optimum weight. How are you, Tom? What have you been up to?
I'm alright, you know me. You know how I do.
Yeah.
I been at work.
Yeah.
I went in there the other day with a smile on my face.
Hey, that's what we like.
And they said, wipe that off your face. We're here to cush your spirit. And I went, alright, as you wish. Came home. And as you know, I've been at the fitness as well.
You have.
Press ups, all that, this, that, And I thought, do you know what? It's been a while. A couple of years ago, I bought myself a Speedo to go on holiday in Italy with.
What, like little trunks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, if there's any country you're going to wear this, it's Italy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I was wearing it on the beach in Italy, this black Speedo.
Yeah.
And, I was like, I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah? I think it was a bit too tight. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
My legs kind of felt like two sausages.
Oh, yeah.
Digging in.
Yeah.
So last night I thought, do you know what? For a bit of fun, I'm going to try on the Speedo.
Oh, yeah.
Went in the attic, dug it out, blew off the cobwebs. And I looked in the mirror and, you know what? I was just having a rip-roaring good time.
Hey, fantastic. I would imagine, you have these Speedos in the attic, right?
Yeah.
And as the years go by, your bum, it doesn't sag. It stays as young and pert as it always has been.
Yeah.
While up in the attic, the Speedos decay. They go horrible and evil, much like Dorian Gray, but the bum version.
Otherwise, I've been, same as always, strong as an ox, beating people up, getting people in headlocks.
Yeah. Have you beat some good people up this week?
Oh, some real good people. A caroller.
Hey, deck the halls, I'll bloody deck you. Hey.
Well, that's about it with me, pal.
Fantastic. Well, are you ready for a lovely rundown?
Run me down, pal.
I will. It's chapter 15, The Forbidden Forest. They've been caught, and Filch takes them to McGonagall's office. She is fuming. She takes 50 points off each of them. Harry, Hermione, and Neville. It's 150 points deducted. Not only that, they have to do a detention. So a few days later, Filch takes them off to detention. They think, well, hey, it's with Hagrid, but unfortunately, they're going into the Forbidden Forest along with Malfoy of all people. He was absolutely fuming that this is their detention. Their job is to look for what has been attacking unicorns. Unicorns are mythical creatures that should never be destroyed or killed, but there's blood everywhere, silver blood, and they start looking for it. Now then, at one point they hear something slithering around, all this stuff's happening. They split up, and eventually Harry, Draco and Fang find the dead unicorn. But not only that, the slithering thing comes over. It starts drinking the unicorn's blood.
Oh.
Draco screams, "Woo!" Gets his attention. This thing turns round, stares at Harry, comes towards him. His scar, it hurts. Ooh, what's going on? And he's saved by a centaur called Firenze. Or Firenze, I don't know. And he says, Harry Potter, you are in danger, all this kind of stuff. Do you know what's up at the school? And apparently, unicorn blood can keep somebody alive even if they're an inch from death. And somebody must be drinking the blood until they can get hold of something that will make them immortal. It's the elixir of life from the Philosopher's Stone. And it must be Lord Voldemort. OMG. So Harry thinks Snape must be getting the stone for Voldemort. He goes back, he tells Harry, Ron and Hermione, and my goodness, things are hotting up after the visit to the Forbidden Forest.
What a chapter.
Oh, what a chapter, if you don't mind me saying. Oh,
Things are getting spicy.
We've just gone from lemon a herb to medium. And I think it's going to get extra hot by the next few chapters.
Right, there's a lot to unpack with this chapter.
4 pages worth, according to my notes.
So it starts where we left off in the last chapter.
Oh, yeah.
McGonagall's just caught the kids
Yes.
creeping around at night. And Harry's thinking, how am I going to get out of this one?
Yeah.
Excuses are running through his mind. Because for not once in his life could he ever tell the truth.
It doesn't even occur to him, does it?
It doesn't occur to him to say, I'm sorry, I was helping dispose of a dragon, because I know it's illegal,
Yeah.
and I wanted to save Hagrid's job.
Yeah.
Couldn't say that. I could never say that.
I'm just going to have to think of some kind of excuse. But his creativity abandons him.
But it doesn't even matter, because McGonagall, he begins to talk, and
Yeah.
McGonagall goes, I know what you were doing.
Yeah.
You were trying to trick Malfoy, weren't you? Yeah, you were trying to trick Malfoy. What? Why are you giving them the excuse?
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't even wait to hear what they want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, her guess is arguably worse than what they were actually doing, which was helping out Hagrid.
Yeah.
So why do they just go, yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we were doing that. We were creeping around at night. Yeah, absolutely mental. She would make an awful detective.
It's horrendous. Imagine, right, me and you were sneaking around Hogwarts, right,
Yeah.
trying to get rid of a dragon for Hagrid to help him out. McGonagall takes us and goes, I know exactly what you two were doing. You were planning to murder Filch, weren't you? You were planning to murder him and then murder the rest of the school, weren't you? Yes, we were, yeah.
All right, let's go for that. Awful detective.
An awful detective.
Imagine, imagine you've been arrested, suspected on killing your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what's happened here.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even have a wife, did you?
No.
You've just come in here to waste police time. I was arrested. They found the body.
A terrible, terrible detective. And surprisingly, actually, because up until this point, McGonagall has been very shrewd as a character. She's been on it. She's been intervening with, these kind of misbehaviours, misdemeanours. But now she's got the complete wrong end of the stick.
Well, what I took from this
Yes.
is she's an overreactor.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the astronomy tower.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And she says to them, what does she say? She goes, I'm disgusted. 4 students out of bed.
Yeah.
I have never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Creeping about at night. Worse things have happened.
How many years have you worked here?
I have never heard of such a thing. About 50 years ago, Someone opened the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, but apart from that,
It's mental.
what I didn't understand was, I might have read this wrong, but I assumed Ron was with them when they went up the tower.
I don't know where the fuck Ron is.
I don't know where he's got, because he doesn't get punished.
Is he in the hospital wing? He got his hand.
And did he not even go up the tower?
He must be in the... He must, like...
Just be in the hospital
Still
wing.
be in the hospital.
Because that confused me, because I was like, first of all, 4 times 50 is 200, so why have they only lost 150 points? Why is Ron not doing the detention? But yeah, we must have missed that bit where he was hospitalised.
But the points.
Yeah.
They are laying on the points thick.
Goodness. The kids can't believe it. They're rubbing their eyes in the morning. There's something wrong with this hourglass.
Do you want any toast with those points? But the thing is,
Yeah.
they're really concerned about these points.
Yeah.
Harry, you've just saved a man's life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you asked about the points?
Yeah.
It
You've
doesn't
saved his
matter.
career. He could have gone to prison for having an illegal dragon.
It could be forever. Points. Points. We're definitely going to lose now. The points. Why have I got involved in this? Well, maybe it's because Harry is concerned about the rest of the year.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think of that. They're not going to know that I've saved the dragon or whatever.
Yeah.
So, feeling bad for them.
Everyone is absolutely fuming. Gryffindor are in last place, and they can't believe they've lost all these points. Nobody's ever lost 150 points before. What? How many points are they taking off people for beating each other up? If someone beats someone, there's going to be fights in school. So bloody Ron and Malfoy fought in the Quidditch match in the grounds. Has there been no repercussions for that? People fight all the time. All right, you've beaten him to a pulp. He's in the hospital wing. He's got a broken nose. He's got, a bent clavicle. We're going to take 20 points. Excuse me, it's 9:05 and you're in the corridors. 50.
50 is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Goes 50 points each, McGonagall said.
Yeah.
Breathing down her long, pointy nose. Excuse me.
Yeah, there's snot coming out of your
Yeah,
nose.
I remember in one of the matches where... one of the chapters where Harry has a history of Quidditch.
Yeah.
Snape deducts 1 point for having library books outside of the school.
Yeah.
So that's 1 point for having a book outside.
Yeah.
Which, why do you think a book outside compares to being outside your room at 1 a.m?
I mean, that is definitely 50 times worse. Well, what else? I'm trying to think what else they lose points for. They lose...
Smart mouth. I think he loses points for giving cheek to Snape.
Yeah. They lose 10 points for something, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it just seems to be... They need a system because it seems to be willy-nilly.
Points. And then I think they first introduced this hourglass.
Oh, yeah.
That is in the...
Yeah.
the Gryffindor common room. And I was like, that's what's keeping tally of all these points.
This hourglass, yeah.
This enchanted hourglass that hears you when a teacher... Imagine that on your first day as job in Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Like them getting you all clocked in. Do you know what I mean?
The training for that.
Yeah, here's your login for the hourglass.
What?
Here's your lanyard.
Look, every time you award or deduct points, you have to log it on the hourglass system. Otherwise, it doesn't get added up. And then you're like, oh no, I've just given 5 points to Ravenclaw instead of Gryffindor. Look, you have to press Control Alt Delete. You have to go backwards. Go File Points Ravenclaw. You deduct. Then you add them back. Oh, this is nightmare. It wasn't like this at my other school. We just had pen and paper. We just had a table. We just used to update it with paper. Look, we've got the magic hourglass system. It's good.
Kids come up to teachers. Miss, did you remember to add them 10 points that you ordered me? Oh, nagging me. Minus 10 points now.
Yeah, come on, the hourglass. Look, please, you forgot about my 5 points. I'm going to flip this hourglass in a minute. Do you want the opposite amount of points?
Really silly. McGonagall is getting out of hand. She says, I have never been more ashamed of Gryffindor students for being out of bed at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Who's asked?
Yeah. Ashamed? What life do you lead? She might be being dramatic for being a teacher, just being a teacher, trying to make them not do it, but come on, you live in the real world.
I'm ashamed of you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't...
Are you?
Harry, how could you do this to me? I've spent my bonus
Yeah.
on getting you a broomstick out of my own money. You know, I'm having to Airbnb my flat out for the rest of the year, you know, to afford that for you.
Yeah.
And you're creeping about at 1 a.m.
I imagine just like in a real school, you know, someone skiving, hiding in the toilets. You come in, knock, knock. Is that you? Yeah. You turn your back to the door, you sink to the floor. I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this to me. I've never been so ashamed of anyone in my entire life. I've never been so disappointed. Yes, my wife left me 2 years ago. Yes, my son's in prison for murder. But you doing this, being out of bed at night. I can't believe I'm never going to forgive you for this.
Walking past him in the corridor, turning the nose up and crying.
I've been your friend for 6 months. And you pay me back with this.
At
Can't believe it.
At dinner with one of their friends. You seem a bit low. I am low. I was let down at work. Were you? Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
I'm doing me nighttime walks, you know, as is part of the job. And what do I find? 3 students out of bed. And what were they doing? Nothing, but I was ashamed of them.
Yeah. For 6 months, I've had no sleep whatsoever. I've been patrolling the corridors at night, never ever finding a student out of bed. I thought it was pointless. I was hoping it was just a thankless task that would never have any repercussions. And then it happened. A student out of bed. It's just mad that these teachers have been not sleeping since September.
I think the issue is
Yeah.
because they spend all their time around children.
Yeah.
They're not spending any time with adults.
No.
And so they're like got the mind of, they're the most important things in their lives.
That's their life,
These
yeah.
fucking weird kids.
Because I think, I'm probably right in thinking that every teacher at Hogwarts is childless, has no husband or wife.
You dedicate your life to this.
Yeah, you can't have friends.
It's like becoming a nun, isn't it?
Yeah. Like even Hagrid, he's not even going out to drink with anybody else. He's like, well, I met a stranger at the pub. I'm not allowed any friends outside of Hogwarts. Even though I'm in that pub every night, I've not made friends with anybody there. I'm not allowed.
Someone becoming friends with Hagrid. Oh, Hagrid, we've had a great chat tonight. Would you like to do this again? No. I can't.
It's in my contract.
It's forbidden. No friends.
That's why I have to make friends with children. Yeah, you are. If you sign on that dotted line, you are signing any social life or romantic life away.
They're all complaining to Dumbledore about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't go on like this. I've got no adult friends. What's everybody's problem? I think it's great.
With Snape, as soon as Lily Potter shuns him, he's like, well, she was my only love. Better sign up for Hogwarts. There's no point meeting anybody else now.
Hogwarts, School of Witchcraft, Wizardry and Loners.
My God. Hey, do you want to teach kids and be a spinster? we have some vacancies.
Suddenly,
Yes.
Harry was the most hated student at school.
Oh, we hate him.
The other students found out about the points.
Yes.
And it quickly got around, and they hated. Not only did the Gryffindors now hate him, but the Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws hated him as well, because Gryffindor was their only hope of Slytherin not winning the House Cup this year.
Yeah. Do you know what this reminds me of?
Go on.
Like Wales supporters and rugby.
Oh, really?
Anybody but England. We don't want England to win the World Cup or the Six
really?
Nations. Yeah, best case scenario, number 1, Wales win the Six Nations or Wales win the World Cup. Second best option, anyone else but England.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like Scotland have that mentality as well.
I don't know much about rugby. Does England have a good shot at winning that?
Well, the Six Nations is only Six Nations, so it's England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland, and then France and Italy. I think that's the Six Nations, yeah. And so everyone has a chance, really, of doing that. But Wales and England are actually very good, I think, at rugby. And I think there's only, like, maybe South Africa and, I don't know, Australia are quite good. No, New Zealand, I mean. They're quite good teams. But I think Wales and England are in, like, the top 5 teams in the world at rugby.
It reminded me a little of, do you know when in school where a teacher will go, because you've been bad, we're keeping the whole class behind.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of in a way to like, so I don't know if the teacher's thinking, when they all get out of class, they'll go, thanks a lot.
Yeah, get annoyed at him, yeah.
But never happened in my school. We all just like took the punishment and then no one said anything to the kid because they're probably too rough to say anything to.
Yeah. And the kids, we're a team and we're against the adults. We know what they're doing. They're trying to divide us. They're trying to split us up, but we will not be defeated. We will stand in unison with you, Tom.
No one can defeat the kids.
Hey, we're going to win.
We're the kids.
Yeah, it must be bad, though, being hated by it. Because this House Cup is more important than anything to these students.
But this is bad.
Yes.
Right, so McGonagall's come in thick with her reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's thinking, I can't believe they've done this to me.
Yeah.
She's taking it as a personal attack, and she's gone 150 points from Gryffindor, right?
Yeah.
And on paper, you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
But from the way that these students are now treating Hermione, Harry, and Neville, you think that you've gone too far, McGonagall.
Yeah.
He's the most hated boy at school. People are spitting at his feet.
Yeah.
Neville and Hermione aren't that well known anyway.
Yeah.
So like
he's getting the brunt of it, isn't he?
Neville's like, getting it from the Gryffindors, whatever.
Yeah.
But Hermione is squashed a spirit to the extent that she's no longer putting a hand up in class.
Yeah.
Which, that's awful.
It's really sad.
That's really sad.
Because that's all, at the minute, that's all she is. She's the person who knows everything. She contributes in lessons. She gets everything right. And now she hasn't even got that.
Really, I think she's a bad teacher, McGonagall.
Yeah.
For excluding these kids.
Yeah.
From socialising. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they've only got each other and Ron.
Yeah. Why not just give them the detention, which we will come back to as an appropriate punishment later?
What punishment would you think would be more fitting?
If you're going to take points away from them, maybe 5 points each, just for being out at night. Mm-hmm. I think maybe she's annoyed because it's like midnight, 1 a.m, isn't it? So it is very late. It's not as if they're out and about at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
But just a normal detention. They have to stay in at break or they have to stay in at lunch.
Have you ever been punished? By a teacher, by a parent, by any authority?
I never had to do... I don't think I ever did a detention or anything like that.
I didn't either. Too good, never did a detention.
No. I once got told off by a teacher. I had to stay behind in class to get told off because I'd written a word that I thought... Because it was in Welsh. Yeah. I thought it just meant poo. Yeah. But it meant shit. so I wrote the word in it was in like an exam question, but I thought I would just be funny, alright, poo.
What's the word?
Khaki. And it's like cack.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. But I wrote it thinking, it'd just be writing something about poo or something. And he went, I need to talk to you, this is swearing and you can't be writing swear words in your book. But I thought I didn't think it was as bad as it was, but it was the equivalent of saying shit in a geography question.
I did that in some drama homework in year 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So we had to write something, and I was like, from the point of view of a character. Yeah. And in the my little dialogue that I wrote, I wrote bastard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I all emotional, blah 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 blah, bastard, whatever it was. And then in class. After the home was marked, handing it back, the teacher goes, if you are going to swear in your homework, at least spell it properly.
Oh, I know exactly how you spelt it wrong.
Turd.
Yeah, with an E.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Bastard.
It's a classic. It's not technically swearing if I haven't spelt it right. How are you going to get back from that one, sir?
Other punishments. Once in year 5, stop me if I've told this before, but I had a ruler in year 5. What we're doing, we're taking the ruler and we're sawing it into the desk.
Oh no, classic behaviour.
Yeah, have you noticed them shavings? in the desk
you see
before?
the little like, rivets. Don't
and
you,
I was like, oh, that's how people do that. So we started doing that, and look how thick my one is. Yeah, blah blah blah. And then we didn't think anything of it because there was loads of them. It was like, oh, this is just what people do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we got taken to the head teacher's office, me and some other lads, and we had to write a letter home to our parents. This was the punishment.
Oh, wow.
Telling them what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, so it's like some weird, I don't know, submissive thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to be crafty here.
Yeah.
I'm going to write mine from the perspective of the school.
Yeah, that's funny.
And so I was like, Mr. and Mrs. Lawrenson, 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Tom was found to be using his ruler to shave into the desk, damaging school property.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And the teacher read it and she went, from your perspective, you nit.
Talking about being forced to write letters, I once had a couple of students I had to work with and do, they call it restorative justice.
Yeah.
So if they've done something bad in the community, there's like a pack that the police send you.
Yeah.
And it's, so they don't actually get into trouble, but it's a thing to help them from, like, not reoffending. And these 2 lads had shoplifted from Home Bargains, right? And I did all these activities with them. And then I got them to write an apology letter to Home Bargains. And they wrote this like letter, dear diddle-diddle-do, we're very sorry for stealing this, it won't happen again.
Dear Home Bargains. Dear the policeman who stands in the window.
Dear Mr. Cardboard Cutter.
We did this under your watch.
Yep. We're not saying it's your fault, but you were negligent. We won't do it again. And then actually posted it to Home Bargains. Never replied. I think it's very rude. I was expecting at least a thank you from Home Bargains.
Well, if I worked Home Bargains and I got that, I'd just laugh and put it on the wall.
On the wall? I hope so. I really hope it's like...
You don't think?
Some kind of collage in the staff room.
Look at these pillocks. Or just go egg their house.
There's the school's address on it, not theirs.
Egg the school.
That's who it was.
Did you ever have that in school?
Hey, these are cheap.
Where a teacher would go up in assembly and they'd go, right, somebody has done this.
Yeah.
And they start like naming something.
Oh, yeah.
And even though I had nothing to do with it, I'd start feeling guilt, going, oh my God, it was me.
You'd be scared.
It was me who was playing chicken in traffic.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
That used to be one of the scariest things in school. I think the teachers used to be more horrified by this than anything else, is when a member of the public has rang in and complained.
I know.
Doing something outside of school, like, I don't know, someone was like, oh, you were kicking a football into somebody's garden or something, or you were being loud on your way to the school or something. They'd be like, when you are dressed in this uniform, you are representing the school. I do not want to have a phone call from the member of public saying that somebody from our school has been doing this. St. John's down the road, they would do something like that. Not somebody from here.
Why are they always bringing St. John's into it?
It's always St. John's or St. somebody's. It was always John Bright's when we used to get, I don't know if I told you, we used to get threatened with this. Because ours was the only Welsh-speaking school in the county, high school. And if they ever caught, we used to get told off for speaking English.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get told off because it was a Welsh-speaking school, we should speak Welsh, right? And we used to get, if we used to speak English, they said, right, if you're going to speak English, you'll go to John Bright's.
Would they say it in Welsh or in
They'd say it in Welsh, yeah. You go to John Bright's school if you're going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be speaking English here, we used to get told off. Yeah, really quite bad. And I remember once we had to do an assembly in English, right? The teacher made us do it in English, and it was an alternative reality in the future, where because everybody had spoken English in school instead of Welsh, nobody spoke Welsh anymore.
Yeah.
And so it was somebody'd walk in and go, yes, it's the year 2030. Here I am at Crathing School, where everybody now speaks English. And then you like step out and go, this is what the world could be like if you keep speaking English in lessons. It's like a warning. It's like one of those videos of like the sea levels rising.
What
and a polar bear on an ice cube balancing.
What a dystopia. Men wandering from town to town looking for food, fear of their life.
But yeah,
they speak English.
And I do get it now. Obviously, we want to preserve the language and stuff like that. But at the time, it just felt
you don't understand it because everyone's speaking English to you at home. I'm guessing.
Yeah, of course.
Do you reckon there were many students at that school? It's become the Welsh Vision podcast.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there's many students at that school that spoke exclusively Welsh to their parents?
Yes, 100%. I would say at least 50% of the school, if not more, would speak just Welsh to their parents. And actually, some of their English was horrendous. I remember.
Really?
I remember being in year 11, and some kids, like, their Welsh was amazing, but some of the spelling of English words, they'd spell again like AGEN.
Not that bad.
No. Well, I don't know. But I think if you're doing your GCSEs, I don't know. But really interesting. I suppose it's a different culture.
It's funny, actually, now that you mention it, I realise that I went to a high school where they didn't speak English. They spoke horrible.
Oh!
Mean, swearing, potty mouths. What are you doing that for? Miss, will you tell him?
It's a dying language.
You're weird. Look at him.
Oh.
He's got his arse out. Oh. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Can I just say, you're horrible is very good. Almost as if you were born there. Very fluent.
Really? Did you feel the horrible?
Yeah, I could definitely sense that, you were very good in that. Now, the exams are coming up. I think they're only a week away.
Yep.
And they're revising, but they're talking about Snape and stuff like that. Harry overhears a conversation Quirrell's having, where he's going, "Oh no, please don't make me." Mm-hmm. And then he goes, all right. And then he comes out, adjusting his turban, and Harry assumes he's given in to Snape. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't meddle. He's decided, that's it with me. I'm leaving the mystery team. I'm not meddling anymore. Yeah. I'm not going around castles looking for ghosts.
I'm out.
This is like the beginning of the Scooby-Doo movie. And he leaves them, but they're still chatting, aren't they, in the library? Mm. And they're on about Snape, so they think, right, Snape, he knows now. He knows whatever the Dark Force magic was. Mm-hmm. He knows how to get past it. He still just needs to find a way past this dog. That dog is going to be no obstacle for Snape. Shoot him. Poison him.
I thought the exact same thing. Kill it.
Avada Kedavra it.
Just kill it.
Yeah. Why not just slip some dog biscuits laced with poison under that door, wait 2 hours.
You do not even have to go in the room. Just open the door, put your wand in.
Through the keyhole. A wand would fit through a keyhole. Literally, poke it through, Avada Kedavra, and then...
I was thinking the exact same. Because they kept going on about it. If they didn't just leave it, I'd have been fine.
Yeah.
But it's because they kept going, Snape hasn't figured out how to get past that dog yet. Snape hasn't figured out. Do you reckon that spell was even thought of when this book was written?
I don't know, maybe. But then they're all, I think if there's magic, you always assume there's a killing spell. Mm-hmm. But it's just like each scene, Snape can't have found out how to get past the dog. Snape can't have figured out how to get past the dog. Did you know that Hagrid's crossbow's gone missing? Snape's figured out how to get past the dog. Wait, we'll tell Dumbledore.
He sees Quirrell, or he hears Quirrell having an argument, which, as we know, is the Dark Lord.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's being resistant to him, isn't he? No, I don't want to. What did Quirrell think it was going to be like when he... Is it like, did he willingly put this thing on the back of his head?
I don't know. I think the story
is it a virus?
I think the story is that Voldemort had Quirrell as like a companion, and he tried to get Quirrell to, steal the package from Gringotts Bank. Mm. But when Quirrell failed, Voldemort was like, well, I can't trust you anymore because you've made a pig's ear of this. I'm going to be with you at all times. I'm going to attach myself to the back of your head and follow you around. So I think he's an unwilling host of Voldemort's spirit.
Oh my God. Does he sleep face down?
He must do 100... Because he must sleep on his side. So he goes to bed at night on his side, and then he turns over in the night... Oh, sorry, Voldy.
Do they share a brain?
I don't know. But then I assume that Voldemort is just hopping on and off like a subway. because...
Puts him in a jar.
Well, because later on we see him, like, floating around as a cloak. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's still, like, flying about when he needs to.
He's something.
Yeah. Who knows what's going on? But, yeah,
and they go, we should go to Dumbledore. And Harry goes, no.
Yeah.
We've got no proof.
Yeah.
Hey, an allegation's something.
Yeah, 100%. An allegation is something. And they also say, Filch wouldn't help us if his life depended on it. I think we know Filch better than you do, children. Filch would if you had a gun to Filch's head, he would 100% rat Snape out if he knew what he was up to.
Yeah, and he's got no magic. The kids could put their wands to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll kill you if you don't tell us.
Yeah. I've just had a random thought. If you Wingardium Leviosa somebody's head and isolate that and did it hard enough, could you separate somebody's head from their body?
You've got a dark mind, you do, and I don't like it.
Sorry, sir.
So then they get letters to say,
yeah,
your detention will take place, at this time.
Yeah, 11 p.m.
Blah, 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 blah. So not only have they had complete exclusion from the school, because they want to be taken, they want these kids, right, do you know what? Because you're creeping around the other night, we want you to go into the Forbidden Forest, which we've already said is forbidden because you'll be killed.
Yeah.
And we want you to find out who's been killing the unicorns. We want you to track down who's been killing unicorns.
Yeah.
Is too big of a punishment for the crime.
It's mental. And also, you're in trouble for sneaking around at night, being out of the common room at night.
Yeah.
Your detention, 11 p.m. at night outside. Right, you've been talking in class. Your detention, you're going to be talking in English next lesson. You have to talk for an hour. You've been in a fight. Your punishment, boxing match. Come on. Have at it, you two.
Here's Floyd Mayweather, go on. You think you're such a fighter?
Money, I can't remember his nickname. Doesn't matter.
Call it that.
Floyd Money Mayweather, can't remember.
So Filch is leading them to the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
And he's going, if it had my way, would chain you up by your wrists or whatever.
Hard work and pain are the best teachers.
Do that.
Yeah.
Rather than banish them into the forest at midnight.
Yeah.
That is crazy. There's no light.
Filch has still got chains in his office, just in case they're ever needed, just in case he brings them back. I want to know how long that's been banned for, because it sounds like they were still going on in Filch's time, since Filch has worked there.
Hey, Dumbledore is 300 or something.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Probably. Has Dumbledore been there longer than Filch?
Yeah, he must have.
So Dumbledore has let that punishment last for...
Well, maybe not. I think Dumbledore only became recent headmaster. I don't really know.
It's mental, isn't it, that he is oiling up chains. How often does he do that? In the hope that one day he can torture a child. Why does he... I just can't understand why Filch works at that school.
But, do you know, 2 crimes, right? We could either chain them up. I know that's a bit brutal, but hear me out. I think we should send them into the forest to face Voldemort. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Chains is a bit barbaric. Into the forest!
Into the forest with you. Don't worry, you'll have a dog with you.
Where there's the giant spiders who eat people.
Now, Malfoy is rightly annoyed.
Yeah.
He complains, and in the chapter it comes across as, he's being a wuss, or he's being a bit, whatever to complain. He 100% should be complaining. This is a ridiculous punishment. To be going into a forest at 11 p.m.
Even a forest that doesn't have these animals and stuff in it.
Yeah.
A normal forest at 11 p.m. is mental. Go on.
Hagrid has got a crossbow to protect himself. Draco and Neville and Fang go off on their own.
Well, he says, don't be stupid. Nothing in this forest will hurt you as long as me or Fang is with you. Right?
Yeah.
And he goes, and then Sir Draco goes, right, we want Fang. And Hagrid goes, well, take him, mind he's a bloody coward. Right, okay, hang on. My protection, you just said, no one will touch me as long as Fang's with me. Yeah, but he's a coward.
Yeah.
So, what's he protecting me from? And then as soon as Voldemort appears, Fang runs off.
Yeah. Are you telling me that Fang could defeat Aragog? Is that what you're telling me? That in a fight, Fang would kill Aragog and 1,000 other spiders?
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
Hagrid
You'd like
would.
to think that.
Hagrid would. He's mad. Also, Hagrid... Go on.
Go on.
Hagrid has no apology
Exactly.
for the fact that they're doing this detention.
No remorse.
This is your fault, Hagrid. They would not have had detentions if you hadn't brought a bloody dragon onto the school grounds.
Yeah.
And Hagrid, he doesn't even say, "Oh, sorry about this, Harry. This is all my fault."
Right?
Nothing.
I'm not being silly, but Hagrid should have gone, right, Filch, like he did at the beginning. He
Yeah.
goes, now clear off. I don't want you scaring him anymore.
Yeah.
And waited for Filch to go, then he should have gone, we're not going in the forest. I
Yeah.
think that's a bit too mental.
Yeah.
I will search for the unicorn killer in my own time, but
Yeah.
for now, we're going to spend a couple of hours just hanging out here by this campfire, playing cards,
Yeah.
and then you can go back.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as you say we've been in the forest,
All
it'll
right,
be
let's
fine.
keep it stum, because otherwise... I mean,
Yeah.
Draco, if you do rat on me, I will drag you into the forest.
Yeah. And murder you.
And need you there. But instead he's gone, well, you have been bad.
There's just no response, and no kind of responsibility taken at all. I feel really annoyed at Hagrid in this scene.
Man's being a baby.
Man's being a big, giant baby.
Immediately, as you said a minute ago, referencing Scooby-Doo,
Yeah.
turns into an episode of Scooby-Doo. Right, let's split up.
Split up and look for clues.
Why?
There's no need, is there? Because he says they split into, there's blood everywhere.
Well, they immediately find a unicorn, don't they?
Yeah.
Immediately, and then Hagrid, he reaches down and he dips his fingers into the unicorn blood and he goes, oh!
I don't think he makes that noise.
He does.
Yeah.
He smells his fingers and he goes, oh!
I think this is a dream you've had.
He goes, something's been killing unicorns.
Wow.
Hang on, just one more sniff. Oh!
I don't know what chapter you've been reading. I think a page must have been torn out of my
That was
book.
in the Jim Dale audiobook version.
Good on you, Jim.
You bring it to life, even though you can't pronounce anyone's name.
You bring it to life. Now, before they actually find the unicorn, they see the blood, don't they? And they actually meet a centaur, which I enjoyed the fact that the centaur was called Ronan.
Yeah.
No matter what they tell us, no matter what they do.
And so, he creeps out.
Yeah,
And Hagrid points his crossbow at him, thinking,
Yeah.
oh, what's this?
yeah,
And he goes, depending on how you read it,
yeah,
I read it like this. Were you going to shoot me, Hagrid?
yeah. I'd be scared. You'd be absolutely petrified if you saw this giant with a crossbow. You'd think, bloody hellfire.
Yeah, but
Mars is bright tonight.
they'd said, so there was, they found the dead unicorn.
Yeah,
And Harry says, could it have been a werewolf?
yeah.
And Hagrid says, no, a werewolf couldn't catch a unicorn. What?
Really?
What are you fucking talking about?
A werewolf, a 6-foot creature that can bound across meters at a time against
Yeah.
a prancing pony with a cornet on its head.
In a forest where there's trees everywhere.
Yeah.
You could corner a unicorn.
Easy. Absolutely easy.
werewolf would never do this.
Nothing could do this. Yeah, a unicorn. But they say this, don't they? They're talking about the fact that a unicorn is like extremely difficult to defeat and to kill. It's some kind of magic creature.
Bullshit.
It's a horse.
Are you right? With the unicorn, the name is more exciting than what it is. Mm-hmm. It's a horse with a cone on its head.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like narwhals have those things.
Yes.
And you know what that is?
A nail.
It's a tooth.
Oh, a tooth. Yeah, it is a tooth. It's just mad, isn't it? And then they have the other centaur comes in. We've got Bane now. Hello. Are you okay, Ronan? When you say nothing at all. Nice to see you.
I was born in this forest. I did not see Aragog till I was a man.
I was a baby here first.
The Centaurs are very interested in the stars and stuff.
Yes.
One of them's gazing up and he goes, always the innocent, the first victims. Mm-hmm. But he says it as if that's profound.
Yeah.
That's not profound at all.
No.
Innocence is implied in the word victim.
Victim, yeah. Yeah.
You're a victim of a crime.
Yeah, exactly.
You're innocent.
Yeah.
Always the innocent, the first victims.
Jealous are always the envious. Yeah, have you just got a thesaurus? What? There's nothing new you've put here.
I know.
Overweight are the fat.
Imagine that. Imagine that police detective in someone's house, like, crime scene. Oh, and the worst thing is, this victim, he was innocent. Of what?
Of the murder. What?
It wasn't him, was it? He didn't do it. No, clearly not. He was shot in the head from 20 metres away.
Can I be left to grieve now, please?
Can we rule him out as suspect? Are you sure you're a detective?
Look, I've got a lot going on at the moment. My wife's left me. I'm abusing drugs.
Anyway, we gotta go. Let's get out of here.
Come on, let's go. Come on, Hooch.
You don't like our judgment.
Now, when they see the unicorn dead, Harry had never seen anything so beautiful and sad. Well, he's obviously never been at a funeral, were you? As you were so beautiful and so sad during that lovely wake.
It was interesting.
Yes.
So they split up. Hagrid says, any problem, shoot sparks into the air.
Yeah.
Right? Sparks get shot up.
Yes.
Hagrid runs off and he comes back annoyed.
Yeah.
Because, what was it? It was,
Malfoy had grabbed Neville.
Come up behind him and give him a big squeeze, hadn't he?
On the buttocks, I'm assuming.
From
the text.
I took from that he loves him.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm in the forest with me pal. I'm going to give him a little cuddle.
I'm going to scare him, even just scaring him as a joke is a bit of fun.
And then Harry is mental.
Yes.
So Hagrid runs off and he goes, and Harry says to Hermione, I hope Neville's all right.
Yeah.
We got him into this. I don't care about Malfoy. He can die for all I care. After what he's done, nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. He deserves death. As then Hagrid comes back with him and he says, right, now Harry, do you know what? Neville, come with me. Harry, you go with Malfoy and Fang.
Yeah.
Right? And it said, Malfoy and Harry walked for half an hour through the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were they talking about?
Yeah, I really want to know that.
You can't walk in silence with someone unless you're a sociopath or something.
No.
Like, their feud can't be that strong that they can walk in silence. It would be so awkward.
Yeah.
They would have to say something.
Yeah. It would either, half an hour alone with each other, would either end in a fight or them becoming friends.
Yeah.
They can't be at the same position they were in before.
They would have become friends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've had it times where in primary school where you've had to be put with someone who's horrible, and then by the end of it you're like, I've got more in common than I thought, actually.
Yeah, they're all right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a funny thing, but I think Hagrid, those should have been the groups to start with, because Hagrid has just wanted his friends with him. He goes, right, you are Fang and Neville, and I'll have my old pals, Harry and Hermione.
Oh my God, wait till Bane sees who I'm walking through the forest with.
Because he's a fool if he thinks that Fang, Draco the Knobhead, and useless Neville are going to have any success finding this unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they thinking? I found, as well, Ronan to be a bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
So Hagrid introduces Harry and Hermione to Ronan. Yeah. And they goes, are there students up at the school?
Yeah.
And then Ronan says, are they teaching you anything up at that school? And Hermione says, oh, yes, bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit or something. And Ronan goes, oh dear, a bit. Like, you can tell she's intimidated.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. You
bloody
bitch.
Weirdo. Yeah, Ronan. And then we meet Firenze, don't we? Firenze. So we've got Ronan, Bane and Firenze, which sounds like a talk show.
Yeah.
Ronan, Bane and Firenze. And our Firenze is... Hello, I'm Dave, and I'm Ronan. Today on the show, we've got Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Your Ronan is Kermit the Frog.
I'm Ronan. You was part of the Backstreet Boys. Not the Backstreet Boys. What was he part of? Westlife. Boyzone.
I don't know.
I don't know. Ronan Keating, for anyone who doesn't know.
Got
what I've
me
been
thinking,
doing.
are there
Yeah.
female centaurs?
There's got to be. Are these all male?
They could be like seahorses, yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah.
So, Harry and Malfoy come across the unicorn, yeah?
Yeah.
And Dad got me thinking,
Yeah.
would you drink unicorn blood?
Well, I was thinking about this because he says unicorn blood will keep you from death, but you will have a cursed life. How cursed? I would survive if it just meant, I'll keep dropping my toast butter side down.
Yeah, like a 7 years bad luck kind of deal.
Yeah, dropping coins down the drain.
It's better than being dead.
Better than being dead. What does cursed mean? Are you going to be ill?
My car door slammed on my ear earlier, now it's all red, but I'm here. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had a car door slam on your ear?
No, but I've walked past stuff in my ear and that hurts.
Listeners, if you've ever had a car door slam on your ear, we want to hear from you.
Please let us know. My mum once trapped my grandma's fingers in a car door.
She's angry at her.
She was I think it just really hurt her, really upset her. And I think they went to see Tom Jones something.
To do that, was your mum angry?
No, she just closed the car door.
It wasn't revenge.
No. Definitely not. But it's one of those where your fingers were in the hinge of the door.
This is for bringing me to Tom Jones.
Oh, I don't want this. I'll tell you what, it was not unusual, that experience. I had to say that, sorry.
Shut up.
Thank you. It was either that, but I didn't want to say the word sex bomb in the context of my family members.
Unicorn blood, would you drink it then?
I want to know what this cursed thing is like, because if cursed means, I don't know, I'd lose my limbs or...
Does it have to be dead?
What do you mean? The unicorn?
Could you just...
Blood transfusion?
Yeah, could you... I've got the strength of a unicorn.
I'm just imagining this unicorn in a mobile NHS thing with eating a biscuit and a cup of tea. I've donated today, you should too, with a unicorn with a sticker on I've donated blood.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
But as it goes with mine and your more hate of unicorns,
yes,
I feel like there's more precious animals out there.
Yeah, 100%. Dragons are more precious, elves, goblins,
giants,
centaurs. Yeah.
The centaur has got
dogs.
A centaur, so a unicorn is horse with a cone.
Yeah.
A centaur
is a human torso.
Horse with a human torso. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And also, they shake hands.
Yeah, how?
No, it's funny. So,
hang on, have they got 4 hooves and 2 hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not a...
I was thinking of a fawn.
Yeah, it's not a fawn.
Mr. Tumnus.
So they come... Don't bring him up.
Why?
He's disgusting.
You don't like Mr. Tumnus from the Chronicles of Narnia?
So they walk up...
Hang on a minute, I want to delve deeper into this. What's your beef with Mr. Tumnus?
I've recently watched Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's disgusting.
In what way?
The way it looks, the hairy arms, and the bit where he's lay on the stairs weeping because he's drugged that little girl.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's creepy as you like.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you think Mr. Tumnus should be hung for what he did to that little girl, even though she developed Stockholm Syndrome with him, write in and we'll get a mob together and we'll get a Twitter hashtag going.
Yeah.
Hang Tumnus. Hashtag Hang Tumnus.
For everyone who agrees, we'll get a free box of Turkish Delights.
Hang Tumnus and at me in it so I see it. Yeah.
Well, I do not want to be part of this witch hunt for Tumnus.
Or, arguably, more precious blood, half man, half giant blood.
Hagrid. Get him hooked up to an IV.
It'd get you drunk.
100%. This blood's 70% vodka.
Yeah, it was... Hermione's got nothing to say in this chapter. Not her fault. She was written with... Even though she has to be present throughout this detention.
Yeah.
They give her no dialogue.
Yeah, this does not pass the Bechdel test at all. Yeah, it's very interesting. She hardly... I think there's just at one point where she says, Harry, are you okay?
Or a bit.
Are you okay, Harry?
A bit to the unicorn.
Harry, are you struck by Lord Voldemort. Yeah, it's really not good, I don't think. But then I suppose Neville hardly gets anything to say either.
Yeah, that's true.
They're bit parts.
Then,
Yes.
right, comes the most horrifying bit of this chapter. I was scared.
Yeah.
They saw the dead unicorn, and then they saw this hooded figure
Oh, yeah.
floating across the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Up to the unicorn.
Like a manta ray,
Started...
I'm imagining.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And it started drinking the blood, like the blood dripping down its face.
Yeah.
Sloppy. Use a straw.
Yeah. Why don't you save it up? You know, why is he not had the foresight to just come with like some kind of device to catch all the liquid, and then tomorrow night have a night off because you've got a backlog?
I think
no, I've got to be sucking it every night. I've got to come and drink it unless it has to be fresh.
I think if you're doing something inherently like evil like that, then you have to play the part. If I'm going to be drinking blood, then I've got to be taking it from the source. It's not. It's just. It stops being evil and more creepy when you're bottling it.
Yeah.
Do you know if you sat at the leaky cauldron with a pint of blood?
I would love it though if they were just going round the forest and suddenly, you know, the next clue is a mini fridge. What's this doing in the Forbidden Forest? You open it up and there's just like 10 jars full of unicorn blood.
Ooh,
This is very suspicious.
that's weird. How do they keep stuff chilled at Hogwarts? There's no electricity.
They must have some kind of like larder. Like just in the basement it'll be naturally cold.
A bewitched larder.
Bewitched larder. Yeah, they must have like ice spells and stuff like that.
I don't believe. Get a fridge. You've adopted that indoor plumbing. Get a fridge.
Oh, this cheese is sweaty. Yeah, we don't fridge anything.
And then, the cloak starts coming towards Harry.
Yeah.
Malfoy runs off.
Yeah.
Along with Fang,
Yeah.
coward. Harry, I think he passes out.
Yeah, he's sort of like, he's almost blinded by the pain. His scar is burning.
And he wakes up with, is it Frenzy over him?
Frenzy, yeah. And yeah, he gets on his back, doesn't he? He kind of saves him.
Gets on his back and they're trotting through the forest again.
Yes.
Harry, such a mouth. So, Frenzy goes, oh, do you think there's anything at the castle that a certain you-know-who might be after?
Yeah.
Harry, the Philosopher's Stone! That's meant to be his secret, you little twat.
Yeah, keep it down. But maybe the realisation was just too much for him. It overwhelmed him.
Yeah.
But I love this bit, because this bit, it feels like things are ramping up. Because within the space of a couple of paragraphs, we're like, right, that creature is after the Philosopher's Stone. And it's only Lord Bloody Voldemort, who we've not really heard much about since the beginning of the story.
No.
I mean, we're always going to assume that he's going to turn up at some point. But I feel like it comes quickly, you know, because we've not had many, like before with Nicholas Flamel and all that, there were hints and clues. But we've not really had any hints and clues that it was
The only
Voldemort.
clues we've had is Quirrell adjusting his turban at times.
Yeah. But that could be anybody. That's not a clue that it's Voldemort, is it, I suppose?
Could be anyone under that turban.
Yeah. Could be absolutely anybody. Could be Mrs. Norris under there. We don't know. Could be anybody.
Could be Professor Flitwick under there.
Now, the Centaurs imply that they've seen in the planets, they've seen in the stars, that Voldemort will kill Harry. And that's what Harry assumes from his conversations.
Yeah.
That it's destiny that he's going to be killed by Voldemort. If that was you, what would you do in that situation? If you thought, right, I'm going to be killed by him, apparently.
Harry.
Yeah, if you're Harry and you're thinking, right, apparently it's destiny.
At this tender age of 13 or whatever it is.
Yeah, 11 or 12.
At 12.
Yeah.
Are you wanting me to say I'd kill myself? What are you...
No, I'm saying, would you... I wouldn't stay at the school. I would maybe try and hide myself in the Muggle world or try and avoid it somehow.
Yeah, they'd find him.
Yeah, I suppose
Accio
it's like,
Potter.
What do you... I'll have 6-inch Italian BMT, please. Suddenly you're floating in the air. Oh, I've been acchioed.
Says an owl.
I've been summoned. But yeah, I suppose it's like Final Destination, isn't it? You can't avoid your fates.
Yeah, but they're weird, them centaurs, them bloody stargazers. They're going, oh, we don't meddle in all that. We just observe. What?
Why not?
Why not? Why do anything?
Yeah.
Why do anything? Like, you're mating, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're making things happen.
You're working on them 6-packs.
Yeah.
Like, you do... like
They're 100% working out, aren't they?
Like, because if you're not concerned, if you think, oh, the world is whatever, I take it as it comes.
Yeah.
You're not putting an hour a day of press ups in here.
100%. Hey, there's dumbbells next to this mini fridge. Turns out unicorn blood's full of protein. Hey, come on, friends. Get it going. Yeah, it is a bit mad, like... Yeah, how heartless are they if they saw, like, I don't know, a steamroller about to run over somebody? Mm-hmm. They just stand there and watch. Well, we can't intervene in this. This is nothing to do with us.
I know.
But we'll stand and watch.
I know.
Yeah, why can't they intervene?
I think this is a beginning turn for the Centaurs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A new change for them.
100%. And I really enjoyed, this felt like a glimpse into another world, which I found really fascinating.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've got comfortable with Hogwarts now. It's taken us a bit longer than Harry, which is like an hour. It's taken us a few weeks to get used to it, but I feel like we know how Hogwarts works. We think we know how the wizarding world works. But now, on our doorstep in the forest, we've got this whole new race of creatures that believe in the planets and the stars, that predict the future.
There's a lot of planet talk in this chapter.
100%. And not on accident, I think. Because they revise about the planets, don't they? They're doing revision. And then I think that was a nice little connection to what was later going to happen.
That was great.
Yeah. Good work. Good story structure. So very interesting stuff. Now he goes back to the common room and he's talking about what he's heard. It's Voldemort. Voldemort's done this. Voldemort. Ron is getting furious. He hates it. No, stop saying him. Stop saying his name. Yeah. I'm thinking Ron has an extra fear of this because Hermione doesn't seem too bothered about Harry saying Voldemort. And I think this is because Harry and Hermione have parents who don't know anything about the Wizard War. They had no experience of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas I think Ron's parents were a massive part of that war, you know, defending the good part of the wizarding world. And I think they would hate to have his name said in their company.
I feel like that's the case with all wizard families.
But Ron, definitely, 100%. And Harry makes this big thing of, oh, I can say his name because I'm not scared of him. Voldemort. It's like, fair enough, Harry. Fair enough that you can say his name, but I don't like it. Do you want to have some respect for me? The fact that I don't like it? It's like saying the Lord's name in vain. You know, I don't mind saying, oh my God, or Jesus Christ. But if I was in a room with a very devout Christian... I wouldn't say that in front of them.
Especially if they kept raising it to you.
Yeah, can you not say the Lord's name in vain? It really upsets me. But I'm not scared of the Lord. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. I'll just say it as much as I can. I don't care about you and your views.
And you shouldn't feel that way either. Hang on, but I do. These are my feelings.
Yeah.
Harry... we're back into Crazy Harry.
Yeah, 100%.
Back into Crazy Harry. So they finish the detention. They run into the common room, right?
Yeah.
And Ron is asleep in a chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry shakes him awake. What?
Wake up!
No wonder he's on edge.
Get the bucket of water. Get him up. Air horn.
Have you ever been shook awake?
Never.
If you let me write it. Have someone shake you awake.
Yeah.
Loved one. Right?
Yeah.
There is nothing scarier than that.
Yeah.
It's, your heart will be going.
I think the closest thing I've experienced is waking to a knocking door. That's scary. When you hear a door going, and you're like, shit, what time
imagine
is
someone
it?
shaking your body and then going, Voldemort!
Oh! What?
You'd go, it'd send you insane.
Yeah, of course.
Goes back to bed.
Yeah.
Finds in his bed a garment that I'm guessing Dumbledore's left there for him.
Yeah, why under his bed?
Is it under his bed?
It's under his sheet, under his duvet.
God. Oh my God.
I'll just leave this here. Wait, I know a better idea. Uncovers the thing. This is where he'll want me to leave it.
Bloody Dean Thomas just lay in bed looking at Voldemort, looking at Dumbledore playing with Harry's bed.
I won't tell if you won't, Dean Thomas. Sneaking off. Sometimes I like to sit in dark rooms and watch him looking in a mirror.
Hopefully he wasn't invisible doing that. Look, Seamus is in his pants.
He comes in the cloak invisible, reveals himself to Seamus Finnegan, then folds it up, puts it in Harry's bed, and then sneaks off. All whilst completely nude. And we can see his underground tattoos in all its glory.
Well, his beard would cover his front.
100%. He's like in Life of Brian, that guy who has the juniper bushes. Have you seen that film?
Oh, yeah.
And he's completely nude, but the beard covers his...
I remember crying laughing at that.
It's brilliant. He's so annoyed, and you just see his bum flapping about as he runs.
Right.
Yes.
How many Centaur 6-packs out of 5 are you giving this chapter?
Oh, that's a lot of packs. Do you know what? Past few chapters for me on a personal level. I know you gave the last one 5 out of 5. You did.
And give it a 1?
No, you gave it 5. That was one, yeah. Which I'm still puzzling about. The last few chapters for me, I felt like, as an enjoyment perspective, was a bit of a dip for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, this chapter, I feel like was brilliant. I felt like we had a different area of magic, a different part of the school. We felt like we were on an adventure,
Absolutely.
a mystery. I really loved it. I loved meeting the Centaurs, and I love that we've now got Voldemort back on the scene. We've actually met Voldemort. And it was bloody exciting. We've only got 2 chapters left. I am going to give this 5 out of 5 6-packs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is a lot of tender muscles.
Yeah, 30.
Now for me, you know me.
I know you. I've been in a room with you. I've met your mum and dad in their home.
I read this chapter and we thought, what was the point of the last chapter?
Yeah.
And it was for this chapter.
Yeah.
We've got to have a reason for them to be in the woods.
Yeah.
And it's sneaking out at 1 a.m. They could have made that a 1-page chapter.
Yeah.
Harry Hermione
Yeah.
went to the toilet at 1 a.m. Detention.
Or why not? Instead of Hagrid, why don't you help me raise this dragon? Why don't you help me come into the forest and solve this mystery?
Yeah.
Cut out chapter 14.
Get rid. But this chapter, a lot of fun. Yeah. Harry really came out of his shell as the little weirdo that he is again.
Yeah, we love it. We love to see it.
The fact that Hagrid has no remorse.
Not only no remorse, but completely pretending it never happened.
Yeah.
No acknowledgement that those events occurred.
He's the type of guy who'd get too drunk on a night out, do something horrible, and then next day, no.
Yeah, you know people who get drunk and then they go, oh, I don't remember things when I'm drunk. You bloody do. You remember what you did last night. You're just pretending not to.
You remember hatching that dragon last night. Yeah, into the woods, creepy, a bit erotic with the Centaurs.
Yeah, we love it.
2 dead unicorns. Cool.
Ronan Keating, Bane from Batman.
And friends. I'm giving this chapter, out of a possible 5 unicorn 6-packs.
Unicorn 6-packs?
Oh, Centaur 6-packs. Out of possible 5, I'm giving it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Centaur 6-packs out of 5.
Fantastic.
I don't say this a lot, but what a chapter.
What a chapter, and I believe that's only our second double whammy 10 out of 10 between the two of us. I believe we've done it once before.
Do you remember what it was for?
Maybe the Sorting Hat.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Christmas. I don't know. But
right.
What a chapter.
What a chapter, right. Right, now is time for my popular segment, Quiz.
Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 quiz.
Gonna ask you some questions, how well will you do?
Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 quiz.
Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas, how well will you do?
I'll blow you.
You'll blow me. Right, question 1.
Yes.
Where do they meet for detention?
Oh no, this is not good.
Give you a clue, it's in McGonagall's letter.
Oh, this is terrible. I don't even know. I don't know. Outside the Great Hall. It's wrong, isn't it?
In the entrance hall.
Is that outside the Great Hall? Is it?
Alright, we'll come back to it.
Alright, we need that
question
confirmed.
2. Question 2. Why can't a werewolf kill a unicorn, according to Hagrid?
They're mythical creatures. Unicorns.
Not fast enough.
They're not fast enough.
That's what he says.
Alright, bloody hell. This has been a disaster, this quiz.
Question 3.
Yeah.
Which planet is bright tonight?
Mars.
Correct.
I knew that one.
What does Bane look like?
I think he's got a Palomino body. Is that Bane or is that... No, that's Friends. Let me ask again. Let me think again. Bane is the second one. Oh, he's got a chestnut body. Is that right?
He's black-haired and bodied and wider than Ronan.
Oh, yeah.
Question 5.
Yeah, go on.
What does Friends look like?
Oh, he's got a Palomino body with white blondish hair.
Correct.
That's correct, yeah.
And he's young.
And he's young, yeah. He's younger than the other two.
But unfortunately, you
terrible.
have not won the quiz. The quiz is a harsh mistress.
It was a poor performance from me, mixed in with, I think there's two things going on here. It was a hard version of the quiz, and I'd not done enough revision. And those things mixed together. On a good quiz day, I could have gotten away with it, but not tonight. I've not revised enough.
Oh, right, well, it's not all over. The prize will roll over to the next week.
I want that secret handshake.
This has been Quiz. Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 crew. Gonna ask you some questions, how well will you do? Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 crew. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas, how well will you do?
I'll blow you.
Pottervision.
And now it's time for the popular segment, Hedwig's Droppings. We're not referring to owl poo. We're not referring to plorpings. We mean the messages you send in when we refer to Hedwig's droppings.
Hey!
What's Hedwig got in her beak today? Well, first of all, we're very sorry to have missed this, but we had a review last month that kind of slipped the net. So we must thank The Happiness for a lovely 5-star... You're not going to eat your bag of nuts during Hedwig's droppings, are you?
Of course not.
Put them down. We're going to listen to The Happiness's 5-star review, which is a lovely review. And they say, this is by far the best podcast I've ever listened to. Very funny and entertaining. 55% Potter facts and 55% Tom and Lucas's wild imaginations. 110% of fun.
Hey, that's great.
What a lovely review. Thank you very much. Now, also, we've had a lovely message from Neve on Instagram. She put a lovely message on her story. She said, times are tough at the moment and all of us are in need of a good old belly laugh. I 100% recommend you check out the Pottervision podcast. Harry Potter fan or not, you will absolutely love it. Tom and Lucas have you crying with laughter every single episode. Go show them some love and support. Give them a follow and a subscribe.
Oh, Neve, what a glowing review. That's
Whoa.
exactly what we needed to hear.
And can I just say, so far, we have had a follow.
Hey!
Oh, it's coming together nicely. Now then, we've had another message on Instagram from Harry Potter Virgin. Keep trying. You'll get there. Now, we were asking last week about Snape, Voldemort. Does Voldemort know that Snape's on his side, not on his side, all that kind of stuff? We've had it explained. He says, at this point in the books, Voldemort presumes that Snape, like most of his followers, has abandoned him. Snape uses this reason or excuse when he goes back to him, or pretends to, later on in the story. And he explains this to Bellatrix Lestrange at the end of Book 5. So there we go, that's all wrapped up.
We'll be there in 2 years.
In 2 years, we will learn that ourselves organically. But he's also asked, he or she, also keep the household tips coming. Any ideas for damp on an outside wall? What do we think?
Baby, you're going to have to call a specialist.
The only thing I can suggest, because I've had a wet patch on my outside wall, but that's because a guy took a tree out of my chimney and put the chimney back wrong, and now there's no lip on the top of the chimney, so the water just goes straight down to the base of the chimney and has caused a bit of wet on the side of the house. So make sure your chimney's got a lip. That's all I can say to you, Harry Potter Virgin.
Good one, Virgin.
Good one. Sounds rude, but that's what your name is. Now then, well, check out their podcast as well, the Harry Potter Virgin.
Oh, cool.
There we go. All right, now we've had our final message this week from Ginge Pixel.
Hey,
Ginge.
go on, Ginge.
Hey, Ginge Lad. Now, he says, loved last week's episode. It's the first thing I do when I boot up the old workstation on a Monday morning. Very lovely. Now, he asks, in what situation would you rather have a smartphone than a wand? And would you think that smartphones are the 21st century ones of the Muggles? Which is very interesting, because a smartphone can do a lot of things that a wand cannot.
Yeah, ordering shopping.
Ordering shopping.
Presents for people.
Finding out information.
Yeah.
Talking to people. But then a wand can do a lot of stuff that a phone cannot.
Kill people.
Kill people. Well, I don't know. If you ring the right people, you can get things arranged.
It could, yeah.
Turning things into things, making things fly, stuff like that. But I would argue that a lot of that is useless magic. Last week it was making... Not last week, in the future. Making a pineapple tap dance.
Yeah.
Why would you ever want to do that?
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
I'd rather watch a live apple tap dance than an animated one do it.
That's true. 100%. So I don't know. I think smartphones are more useful. And I think maybe 21st century Hogwarts.
I think they stifle creativity. If you had a wand, you could be doing anything in your house. You could be bewitching people, putting them under curses, making them do things they don't want to do.
That's true. Would you rather have a wizard's duel or play Angry Birds?
I'd rather have a wand, and then you stop going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could brick up your wall from the inside,
Yeah. And never have to see anybody ever again.
Yes, please, give me a wand.
So yeah, it's a very tough question and a very interesting question. Thank you, Ginge Pixel. Please send in more of your messages. You can get us Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, email us pottervisioncomedy@gmail.com, or just go to pottervision.com and fill in the chat function on the corner of your screen.
Pottervision.
So this has been the Pottervision podcast. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, follow, find us. We're on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and we've also got a website, pottervision.com, and all the links are there. And you can email us as well, pottervisioncomedy@gmail.com. This was Chapter 15, The Forbidden Forest. Join us next week for the penultimate chapter of this book, Chapter 16, Through the Trapdoor. I've been Lukas Kirkby.
I've been Tom Lawrenson.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Pottervision.
Thank you so much for listening to the Pottervision podcast. The music was performed by Jack Evans. If you've got any questions, comments or feedback, you can put them all on pottervision.com. Also, do us a favour. Please, could you like and share the show? Give it 5 stars and tell your friends. It'd mean a lot, please. All right, I know you will.